never know who's going to show up. Susan, right? Yeah. Thank you for being here. Kevin Byrne, your Putnam County Executive. We got some of our partners in town government here. We got our town supervisor, Jimmy McGlasson from the town of Kent. Chris Ruthven, double duty today. He's a deputy supervisor, right? Town councilman in Kent. Also our director or superintendent for parks in the county. We have Bobby Shandel, who's one of our former council members, deputy supervisor for the town of Carmel. We have Matt Cavucci and Dave Pasquicello from my office. We got our friends from Guardian Revival, Aaron and Alex. And this is something I've done every year since I was in the assembly. And I continue as county executive. We would call and coffee with Kevin or whatever. And then we started doing Trailblazing with Byrne, where I get to give a little bit of an update, answer questions, promote some of our beautiful public parks or trailways, and then we try to go for a healthy walk outdoors and promote some healthy living. But I think everyone's familiar with this park space. It's our beautiful Veterans County Park. We've got a lot of exciting things on the horizon that we've been working on in county government. One of the most sensational topics right now is about tax policy. And anyone that knows me knows it's something I'm passionate about. When I was in the state legislature, I voted to cut income taxes for middle-class families, and we were successful in delivering on income tax cuts. We were successful in making sales tax less regressive by eliminating taxes on things like diapers and feminine hygiene products. And in county government, we've been able to continue that record where we've cut the property tax levy. We've made sales tax less regressive by including new sales tax exemptions on things like clothing and footwear under $110. And we've also gave discounts to our first responders and our public employees for things like park permits. So it's already pretty inexpensive to get a day pass. Was it $8? $10. All right. But I'm pretty sure we've got, was it 50% off? 50% off for all first responders and public employees and seniors that want to use this beautiful facility. So
free for veterans.
Free for veterans. Well, also because it's our Veterans Park. And so to me, it's a beautiful way to promote our park. Hopefully, get more people to come in. It actually can pay for itself because more people that come in here, it actually generates some of that revenue. But it really is just a way to say thank you and promote the park, because we don't want to have this beautiful space and have the parking lot empty, right? When I talk about sales tax and tax policy being one of the most essential topics right now, every couple of years the county government has to ask the state legislature and the state government for permission to extend its sales tax policy. And there's been a lot of internal debate within the county legislature. They've been divided, split almost down the middle, whether they want to extend the current rate or reduce it. I have long felt that we should rely on consumption-based taxation like sales tax to rely less on property taxes. And that's one of the things why I supported just keeping it the same rate. For decades, town and village governments have asked for a portion of that tax revenue so they could do the same thing. I have traditionally felt we should keep that revenue within the county government and rely less on property taxes, but I'm not beyond compromise. Rather than cutting that rate down, I feel it's more important to keep the rate the same, reduce property taxes, and I've committed to reduce the county property tax levy by at least $1 million and share a modest portion of the remaining balance with the towns and villages. We have state legislation from Assemblyman Slater, Senator Rollins, Senator Harker, to do just that. And we're waiting on the county legislature to act on that proposal. But it would be really meaningful and truly a historic accomplishment, because since we announced that compromise, every single town, every single village in Putnam County has passed a resolution without a single dissenting vote to support this deal that would extend the existing rate and provide meaningful tax relief. When we talk about tax relief, what type of tax policy? And overwhelmingly, people came back and said, property taxes. I can't cut your school taxes, but I can cut your property taxes. One of the big problems here that you can see right here is a veteran. Thanks to something that's later, got us a $50,000 community state grant to support that project. We're hoping that we'll see a structure built near Memorial Day. Is it still by Memorial Day? that's our goal. And then hopefully it'll be completed with exhibits so people can visit it by Veterans Day. But if you look down, just down over there, you are going to see all those Conex boxes that are piled up in the yellow guide rails. That is a brand new, state-of-the-art fire and EMS training facility, named after Lieutenant Michael Nooner, who was a Brewster volunteer firefighter who lost his life in the line of duty. That is a critical facility that all of our local fire and EMS agencies are able to use for training. Any local fire department, they contract and serve with their towns. They're either fire districts governed by a board of commissioners or their protection district that contracts with their town. But they don't have a facility of their own. That's where the county government steps up. Every local agency can use that, and the county government doesn't charge that. So those are just some of our accomplishments that we've been working on for the past few years, and it's finally, like you're able to see, proof in the pudding. But I could talk on, talk forever. I'm not going to do that. I just think it's helpful to introduce you to this park and answer questions you may have. And then hopefully the plan is, if you want to join us, no pressure, we're going to try to take a nice healthy walk around a portion of the lake. There is a trail. I have been warned that part of it's flooded out. So when it gets swampy, because otherwise we're going to have to cross the street, go up to the upper lot, and I think it'd be nicer to visibly see the trails that exist here, at least. So that's the plan. And I'm happy to answer any questions. None? Come on, someone's got to have a question. I have typically had like a microphone, and when we have we don't typically get 30 people, but we have a setup in case we get a large crowd. We have like sign-up sheets and things like that, but I don't think we really need that. Just raise your hand, and I'm happy to answer a question. Folks already familiar with what we're doing.
You got a grant for the new building. What's the total cost of the project, though?
So I think it's we were looking at $50,000. I think we budgeted in our capital plan $50,000 just to be safe, because we wanted to do it. So that was based on county funding available within our budget. Then we got the grant. So typically you could say, oh, it's a wash, but it costs more than 50 grand. It's costing closer to six figures. So we have the $50,000 grant. We had the $50,000 that was already funded in the capital plan. So it should be costing us less than $100,000.
And the county's leaning a lot on parks to do a lot of the construction work.
I think we got. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, is the goal is we'll have plexiglass on each side, so the exhibits will be hidden behind, so people can theoretically just walk through, so it requires less staffing to open up. We've had a Veterans Museum in one of the buildings down there, but we've had issues with it, with infestations and things like that, so that's really been open. So we want it to be visible, and we do events here. We want young people to come check it out, learn about it. We have this awesome new little memorial over there if you want to check it out. We call it a little victory garden. We have memorials for Private Francis Myers, which is a Civil War veteran who, if you know that name, he is a Civil War veteran in a black-only regiment, which was featured in the movie Glory, which is, if those of you know that movie, it's with Matthew Broderick, very timeless movie. There's another veteran that dates back to World War I, and it's our intention to put in a third memorial plaque for a Black American Revolutionary veteran, which we can feature for the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution. So that's really a nice little special garden that I just love people checking this stuff out. It is Veterans Memorial Park, so people should look at it. Great park. No other questions? Come on.
That's all new over there too, right?
What's that?
I see them doing that.
Oh, the elliptical?
Yeah.
So those are, we've had that for a while. So Bob Bondi did that?
Yeah,
was
that was
like
a health
2008.
department grant from a long time ago.
Yeah. So part of it's like you got to show up to see it, to appreciate it. Most people won't even know it. So
That's really nice.
a lot cheaper than paying for a gym.
Yeah.
Beautiful playground. My son loves it. I take him here. One thing I didn't say, Memorial Day around the corner here, towards the end of the month. You know, back in I think it was 2003, there was a bunch of hoodlums that vandalized these beautiful monuments that are behind us, and a group of veterans, the Elks have helped out over the years. Boy Scouts have stood watch and have conducted what they call the watch fires, and they stand guard throughout the entire Memorial Day weekend, retire American flags. So if you have an opportunity over Memorial Day weekend, want to swing by and say thank you to some of our veterans who are standing watch, or even just members of the community that are volunteering, I know they appreciate it. Sometimes I just stop by at like 1 o'clock in the morning just because we know they're there to say thank you. It is kind of fun. And thankfully we haven't had an incident like that in, I mean, now it's over 20 years, right? I mean, like that was right after, it was right with the Iraq War, you know, in this fully developed, so kind of crazy. But it hasn't happened again since, so. I want to go for a walk.
Go for a hike.
Let's go for a hike. Thanks, guys.